Hey everybody, it's Mike from Design to Deceive. It's been a while since I did one of these, just because of family obligations and work obligations, and I'm sure most of you know how it is, but I wanted to jump on tonight because I acquired a cool little product, and I wanted to show it off and kind of give it a little mini review, because I don't believe it's in the US yet, but I'm sure it will be soon. It's the new TMC bobbin, basically the next version of its classic 30-year plus ceramic bobbin that everyone, or I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people know and love, and it's kind of the go-to for a lot of people, even though the over the last few years the bobbin market has gotten pretty crowded. But I just wanted to show it off, so without further ado, I wanted to just kind of show what I'm talking about. So this is the new, let's see if I can get it here in focus. This is the new TMC bobbin, or the TMC, and I'm gonna go through what I like about it, how it's different. It's very simple, as you can see, and these are all the other available bobbins that TMC makes currently. So we know the trusty classic ceramic bobbin. It's been around forever. Comes in a heavy duty version, also comes bent. This is the straight standard version right here. This is also a straight and standard, and it comes heavy duty and bent as well. But this is the exactly like this one. Then you have the four-legged one. This came out a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago now, and it's a solid bobbin option as well. They're pretty pricey, but this is another one you see out there a lot, and this is the standard version as well. And then this is kind of a unique. This is kind of based on this platform and shares some of the same features, but has this magnetic part here where you can adjust the tension via a magnet. Pretty cool. I mean, very high-end, very well made, like all of TMC's stuff, but a little finicky. It's kind of tough to dial this in, and I'd say I don't think they went out for it to be gimmicky, but it's kind of gimmicky. But we can talk about this one as well towards the end. So really the two comparison, I'll put these out of the way for a second. This is really what we're comparing here. This is called the TMC Ceramic Bobbin Evo, which I assume stands for evolution, or it's kind of a evolutionary take on the older bobbin here. And basically what they've upgraded is two things. It still has the great ceramic tube that everybody knows and loves. It's great. And they've really upgraded the feet here from this old style to the newer style, similar to what they came out with a few years ago on this 4-wire or 4-arm bobbin. The other thing here is, instead of this rubber, and this is really what I think makes it kind of more durable, they've kind of machined it, and it's this nice metal. Gives it a little bit of heft, which is actually nice. This is noticeably heavier than this, but not anywhere near like where it's going to be annoying to tie with, or it's a nuisance. I think if anything, it aids in the benefit of just keeping a little more tension when you let go of the bobbin and it's hanging from on your fly. Maybe you have a wrap over something. I think it'll be even a little bit more secure. Not that I had ever any trouble with this at all, but it's slightly heavier. You can feel it when you're holding both in your hand. And I think the feet are actually far superior. I think they grip into the bobbins. Here's a little uni thread. They grip in nice, as you can see. It's almost like it's made for this size bobbin, the uni size. I know some of the other ones which are really popular now, like your Semperfly and your Vivus spools. Just grab a random one here. They're a little bit thicker, a little bit wider, slightly, as you can see this way. But you could always remove this cap. But they fit really good overall, and super smooth. You can actually feel it when you turn, versus if you put it into this one. I mean, this is smooth too, for sure. But I just tend to like these a little better. These newly designed feet, which have, like I said, have been on the this version for a while. But yeah, I think they're pretty much exactly the same. I have not even bent this one to adjust for tension. It was actually pretty good for me right out of the box, or right out of the packaging. You know, not too much, but you would bend the arms just like you normally would, and it feels really good in the hand, like you'd expect. It's pretty comfortable, and again, I think it's just a true upgrade. Now, I don't know if these are gone, if they're just phasing these out completely. I would assume so. I don't know why you would keep both of these in the lineup and keep producing both. So I do think that these are gonna slowly start to disappear, and I think that's maybe why Umpqua has not started distributing. Maybe they have a excess inventory of these, and they got to get through them all first, and then they'll start selling these or shipping these to different fly shops that carry Umpqua products. But I would say, if you love this bobbin, to pick some up, because within for sure the next year or so, I think you won't see these anymore, and this will be the true replacement. So I mentioned the real difference between, besides having the extra wire here, which, I mean, makes it comfortable, makes it more sturdy. I mean, again, they're all really extremely well made. You can turn this here, and it loosens it, and then you can adjust the actual tube up or down depending on what you want to do. I've never had a reason to do that, so to me, it's not really a big deal. But again, this is basically the next version of the classic ceramic bobbin, the ceramic Bobbin Evo. If anybody has any questions, definitely put them in the comments, and I will be sure to answer them. But really solid. I mean, I really like it. Tied a bunch of flies. It feels just like a solid bobbin. And I think the improvement in the feet, and the extra weight from the all metal construction instead of this little rubber part that I think maybe even slides over and then maybe gets heat treated to shrink. I don't know exactly how they do it. I'm assuming it's something like that. Always been super reliable, but it would wear out after, tens or hundreds of dozens of flies. But if anything, I think really the benefit is the slight added in weight. So if it's just hanging from your vise on a fly, you have that little bit of reassurance, just a little bit of extra weight. And they talk about better startup inertia when you get the bobbin moving, or the spool moving. But I mean, this is not a fly reel, so I don't think it makes that big of a difference. But it does feel extremely smooth. It's holding the spools extremely well and solid, and the little bit of extra weight, I think, just helps. So I think it's a very nice improvement to the original that's been around for so long. I believe it's going to fall in a cheaper price range than this one, which has been out for a little bit. And then this has just been a very expensive bobbin. Like I said, the little mechanical, this part here, it's just never really been, it's never really taken off, because it is very fidgety, and you have to adjust each spool that you change, and doesn't really add a ton of, if you need really a good amount of tension, it doesn't do that. You're better off with like a right bobbin, or something like that. Now, the one thing that it that they don't make in this newer version here is the fine, I don't know how many people use this fine ceramic tube insert. It's pretty cool. I actually like tying with it, especially even the small flies, but they don't have a version. It's just standard or heavy duty like they've kind of always had. This is relatively new as well. The last 3 or 4 years they've added this fine tube into the lineup, and they do make it on here. I don't know if I have one. Don't see it on my desk, but they do make a version of this with that fine tube, which is actually pretty nice and a very well-made product, like most of or all of TMC's products. But in this newer Evolution bobbin, they do not have the fine tube as of yet. So if you do like tying with this one, you're gonna have to use these for the time being. I'm sure at some point in the future they'll come, but I have no knowledge of when or even if it really will. So this is again a quick review of the TMC Bobbin Evo, ceramic Bobbin Evo, which is basically the new version of their classic bobbin that they've had in the lineup for 25 plus years, 30 years. Workhorse, really the highest quality ceramic. Really keeps thread from fraying, and just, most people who use these, which there's so many, they know the quality, and that's why they've been successful for so long, and they last. But this one, potentially could last even longer than these, and gives a slight bit of weight increase, and I think even improved feet. But other than that, it's a good replacement for the standard bobbin. So I'd be more than happy to answer any questions I've asked. Leave them in the comments, and any other questions about any other bobbins. I have quite a few. I put a video out. Oh man, that video probably is 5 or 6 years old now, where just I had all my bobbins in them. Since two I've added, so maybe at some point I'll do another quick video on all those on all the bobbins again. And there's been tons of high-end bobbins. You have the Shaman bobbins. I'll throw these bad boys. Have been on the market. They make a version of these that don't have the tension mechanism, that are like kind of standard, which I do not actually have, but I've heard good things about. And there's been several more. So, but any questions on the TMC, I'd be more than happy to answer. And I'm going to start trying to do these more regularly. I've been a collector forever of fly tying equipment, so I have lots of different cool stuff that I can show and answer some questions about. And I think I'm going to start doing that over the course of the next weeks and months. And a little plug, if anyone is in the area or is planning on coming out, I'll be tying at the International Fly Tying Symposium in a few short months in November. I believe it's the 12th and 13th. It's the weekends. It's the Saturday, Sunday. Usually, I think it's a week earlier than it usually is. It's at the DoubleTree in Somerset, New Jersey, the DoubleTree Hotel, where it was for many years, and the last 4, 5, 6 years it's bounced around for different venues, but it's back at where it was for a really long time, which I know a lot of the tyers like. And finally coming out of the pandemic, I think it'll be a really popular and successful show this year. I think there'll be a lot of attendees, vendors, and people customers that walk through, and people that just want to see the art of tying or buy some tools, some materials. It's always a good spot to get some hackle and get your hands on a lot of the natural material that I know most of us probably buy on the internet, but it's always nice to, especially with natural materials, to feel and to see for yourself. Deer hair, necks, saddles, hen saddles. It's nice to see and feel the material before you buy it, and you know exactly what you're getting. So I encourage everyone to come down if they're on the East Coast, or and there's going to be a bunch of international tyers as well. And the website does not have the full tire list yet. There's also going to be a bunch of classes, and there'll be many celebrities to meet, authors. There's an author section usually every year. So within the next month or so, that should all be published online on the International Fly Tying Symposium website. I'll be there. It'll be my 6th year, which I'm very excited about, tying with my friend Kurt Uner. And that's about it. So till next time, hope you all have a great start to the work week, and we will talk soon. Have a great one.